Good afternoon, my grade 8 learners. My name is Mofokeng L. I'm going to present exponents, whereby we are going to consider the application of all the laws of exponents. Yesterday, I was actually treating raising a power to a power, whereby we have to multiply the exponents. Right. Let's have a look at what CAPS is saying. Right. CAPS is saying we need to do calculations using numbers in exponential form, and we need to establish general law of exponents limited to this. By limited to this, it means that there are other laws or explanation in grade 9 that should not be part of grade 8. Now, our main focus for today is to recognize and use the appropriate laws of operations using numbers involving exponents and squares and cube roots. So we are just actually going to do the calculations based on the laws of exponents. Right. Recognize and use the appropriate law of operations using this. Now, the first one, let's consider this first question. Simplify the following. You'll realize that these are the exponents because you can recognize them by the base as well as the exponents. Now, according to the laws of exponents, when we multiply, we must multiply the same base, not the different base. I'll make an example. Here we are having 2 to exponent of 4 is multiplied by 5 to exponent of 3. There is nothing we can do here in order to multiply, because for the exponents, we must have same base. So in other words, the first thing that we can do is to look for the same base, because throughout is the multiplication. So the base, we have base 2, we also has base 2. We have base 2 with exponent of 4, we have base 2 to exponent of 1. If there's nothing written on the exponent, we have exponent 1. We also have 5 to exponent of 3 multiplied by 5 to exponent of 7. So we will be able to multiply only the exponents with same base. So let's look at this. With base 2, we are having exponent 4 and exponent 1. So the laws of exponents regarding multiplication says that if you multiply the same base, you must add the exponents. So that is why we are adding 4 plus 1. We also multiply another base 5, exponent 3, base 5, exponent 7. So we multiply same base, we add the exponent, 3 plus 7. Right. Moving on, we are having a 2 to exponent of 4 plus 1, which will give us 5. We are also having 5 to exponent 3 plus 7, which is equals to 10. So our final answer will be 2 to exponent of 5 multiplied by 5 to exponent of 10. Right. Moving forward, here we are actually multiplying the exponents, but with different bases. There is nothing we can do on the numerator. Again, on the denominator, we are having different bases. There's nothing we can do. So the least we can do is to check same base on the numerator as well as the denominator. So we are having base 7 on the numerator. We are having base 7 on the denominator. So we are dividing base 7. Therefore, we must subtract the exponents. The same with base 6. We are having 6 to exponent of 5, 6 to exponent 3. So same base, we must subtract the exponents. So let's have a look at this. With base 7, we are having exponent 6, and we have to subtract exponent 2. With base 6, we are having 6 to exponent of 5 and 6 to exponent of 3. Therefore, we will be having 5 minus 3 because we are dividing the same base. And then our final answer here will be 6 minus 2 will give us 4. Therefore, it is 7 to exponent of 4. And then we are having 6 to exponent of 5 minus 3, which will give us 5 minus 3, which will be 6 to exponent of 2, which will be our final answer. And then let's move forward. We also have number 3, whereby we are also multiplying on the numerator. We are multiplying different bases. We have same bases with a variable a. We also have same basis with variable b. And then on the denominator, we are also having another law that we are going to actually exercise, which states that if you raise a product or if you raise a power to a power, you multiply the exponents. All right, so let's get started. We are having 12, which is multiplied by, in fact, we are having negative, positive multiplied by negative, it will give us negative. We are having 12 multiplied by 4, it will give us 48. And then you also have base a raised to exponent of 4, base a raised to exponent of 6. Because we are multiplying, we will have 4 plus 2, which will give us 6, a to exponent of 6. We are having b to exponent of 5, b to exponent of 1. We add 5 and 1, it will give us 6. And then on the numerator, on the denominator, we raise 2 to exponent of 2, it will give us 4. That simply means we keep the negative that is outside the bracket because it is not part of the exponent that is outside the bracket. So 2 raised to 2, it will give us 4. A to exponent of 3 raised to 2, it will give us a to exponent of 6. B raised to exponent 2, it will give us being raised again to exponent of 2, it will give us 2 multiplied by 2, which is 4. And then we can divide now. If we divide negative by negative, we'll get positive. Dividing 48 by 4, we will get 12. And then dividing a to exponent of 6 by a to exponent of 6, because it's at the same base, we will say 6 subtract 6, it will give us 0. We also have b to exponent of 6, b to exponent of 4. 6 minus 4, it will give us 2. So we are having 12, a to exponent of 0, b to exponent of 2. And any number raised to exponent of 0, it will give us 1, provided that the base is not 0. So in this case, the final answer will be 12b squared. And then the last activity, we are having this negative into negative 2x cubed y squared raised to exponent of 3 is multiplied by 3 into negative x to exponent of 0 y, all raised to exponent of 2, and then divide by 2, multiply by 2x cubed y squared, all raised to exponent of 2. Right, so we have different laws that we need to exercise for this question. And then the first one, we have kept the negative which is outside the bracket because it's not part. And then we raise negative to exponent odd number, it will come back negative. And then we raise 2 to exponent of 3, it will be 8. X cubed raised to 3, it will be x to exponent of 9. Because we multiply the exponents, 3 times 3 is 9. Y to exponent of 2 raised to 3, it will be 3 times 2, it will give us 6. Right, and then go into the next one, multiply by 3 into negative x to exponent of 0, multiply by y, all raised to exponent 2. 3 is not part of the brackets, so we keep 3 as it is. X to exponent of 0, it will be 0 times 2, it will give us 0. 1 times 2, it will give us 2. All divide by, we keep 2, and then we raise 2 that is inside the brackets to 2, it will be 4. X to exponent of 3, 3 times 2, it will be 6. Y to exponent of 2, 2 times 2, it will be 4. And then moving forward, we multiply the negative 1 with negative 8x to exponent of 9, y to exponent of 6, and it will give us 8x to exponent of 9, y to exponent of 6. And then we also have multiplied by 3 to x to exponent of 0, y to exponent of 2. All divide by multiplying 4x to exponent of 6 by y to exponent of 4 by 2. It will give us 8x to exponent of 6, y to exponent of 4. And then we multiply 8 by 3, it will give us 24. We multiply x to exponent of 9 by x to exponent of 0. 9 plus 0, it will still be 9. Y to exponent of 6, y to exponent of 2. We multiply 6 plus 2, it will be 8. Divide by 8x to exponent of 6, y to exponent of 4. And then, which will give us 8 times 3 is 24, okay? And then 24x to exponent of 9, y to exponent of 8, being divided by 8x to exponent of 6, y to exponent of 4, it will give us 24 divided by 8 is 3, x to exponent of 9, x to exponent of 6 is x to exponent of 3, y to exponent of 8, divide by y to exponent of 4, it will give us y to exponent of 4, because 8 minus 4, it will be 4, which marks the end of our lesson, my dear grade 8 learners. Thank you very much.